PMP question advanced level.
Question 1. James is the project manager in charge of for the development of a series of construction projects at his company. As with any construction project, there will be multiple iterations of blueprints and engineering drawings, and James decides to create an online database that can be used to query the documents by name, type, date, etc. This is an example of what type of communication tool? A project management information system. B. Lessons learned. C. Configuration management system. D. Project records. Answer: A. Project management information system. Question 2. Your team has just bagged a software development project. The executive management is very pleased as this is a very prestigious project. However, you are a little worried considering the complex nature of the project. You decide to try and identify the possible risks. You get all relevant stakeholders together and conduct mammoth discussions. Together you have come up with a number of risks. However, based on your experience, you still feel that not all the risks have been identified. You decide to set aside some budget for the risks that you have not identified but are sure you will encounter. Where does this budget come from? A. Cost baseline. B. Cost management plan. C. Contingency reserves. D. Management reserve. Answer: D. Management reserve. Question 3. While talking to one of your team leaders, you discover that he was in constant criticism from a team member about the allocation of tasks. The team leader also indicates that the specific team member also delays many tasks, causing delays in the project schedule. What action should you take as a project manager? A. Direct your team leader to issue a memo. B. Replace the team member. C. Conduct a meeting with the sponsor, team leader, and the team member. D. Approach the team member and understand his point of view. Answer: D. Approach the team member and understand his point of view. Question 4. Gordon is managing the development of an healthcare management system. There are about 24 stakeholders identified. About 76% the project work in execution phase has been completed. Gordon is reviewing the stakeholder management plan and finds out that some of the resisting stakeholders have now turned supportive to the project cause. How should he update the stakeholder management plan now? A. There is no need to update the stakeholder management plan at this stage, because execution phase is almost over. B. For these supportive stakeholders, continue with the defined resisting stakeholder management strategy as this has produced positive results. C. Transfer these stakeholders to the project supporters group, and for these stakeholders, adopt the stakeholder management strategy defined for the project supporters. D. Transfer these stakeholders to the project supporters group but continue with the defined resisting stakeholder management strategy with these stakeholders. Answer: C. Transfer these stakeholders to the project supporters group, and for these stakeholders, adopt the stakeholder management strategy defined for the project supporters. Question 5. Your company has been hired to configure software in 500 computers. All computers need equal time to configure. The contract for the project is set at a fixed cost, and the incentive based on how fast the project work is going to be completed. Management has requested that you study the work method to determine a faster, less costly, and a better method to complete the project. This scenario is an example of A. Time constraint. B. Schedule constraint. C. Value analysis. D. Learning curve. Answer: C. Value analysis. Question 6. The purpose of a contract is to distribute a reasonable amount of between the buyer and seller. A. Responsibility. B. Reward. C. Non-D. Risk. Answer: D. Risk. Question 7. Comparing target dates with the actual or forecast start and finish dates is called A. Earned value. B. Variance analysis. C. Progress reporting. D. Crashing. Answer: B. Variance analysis. Question 8. Rita is managing a project and sees that project behind schedule. She has enough budget and can use spare resources from another project that is ramping down. She needs to pull in the schedule somehow. What is the best option for her to use? A. Crash schedule. B. Reduce unwanted scope from features. C. Fast track schedule. D. Remove all soft constraints. Answer: A. Crash schedule. Question 9. Which of the following is true regarding the code of accounts? It is the collection of unique identifiers generally assigned to WBS items. B. It allows one to easily identify the breakdown level of the item in the resource structure. C. It defines ethical behavior in the project and the responsibilities to the customer and the profession. D. It describes the coding structure used by the performing organization to report financial information in its general ledger. Answer: It is the collection of unique identifiers generally assigned to WBS items. Question 10. Tony knows that on his project the main purpose of project stakeholder management processes is to engage project stakeholders with the project, and gain their support, or reduce impact of their resistance. What is the objective of effectively keeping the project stakeholders engaged with the project? A. To manage stakeholder expectations so that defined project objectives are achieved. B. To motivate the stakeholders to achieve project objectives. C. To make sure the experience of stakeholder engagement and effectiveness of strategies are logged for the benefit of future similar projects. D. To demotivate the negative stakeholders so impact of their actions are lessened. Answer: A. To manage stakeholder expectations so that defined project objectives are achieved. Question 11. You and your team are in the process of creating WBS and WBS Dictionary. What would be the best choice of attributes in a WBS dictionary? A. Work package ID, control account ID, work package description, acceptance criteria, responsible organization, cost, assumptions. B. Work package ID and work package description. C. Work package description. D. Work package ID, control account ID and work package description. Answer: A. Work package ID, control account ID, work package description, acceptance criteria, responsible organization, cost, assumptions. Question 12. Rather than use triangular distribution while doing 3-point estimation, you choose to use beta distribution. Based on your analysis and understanding, you are confident that the project would be completed with a total cost of $108,000. You also estimate that a best-case estimate would be $90,000 while a worst-case scenario would result in the costs incurred to shoot up to $138,000. What would the 3-point cost estimate be using beta distribution? A. $112,000. B. $110,000. C. Only triangular distribution gives the right estimation figures for an activity. D. $101,000. Answer: B. $110,000. Question 13. Which of the following is important for quality auditors? A. They must be third-party staff. B. They must be in-house personnel. C. They must be mandated by the auditee. D. They must be properly trained. Answer: D. They must be properly trained. Question 14. Which process is concerned with providing forecasts to update current cost information? A. Monitor and control project work. B. Project management information system. C. Close project or phase. D. Direct and manage project work. Answer: A. Monitor and control project work. Question 15. What is the purpose of fishbone diagram? A. To illustrate how various factors might be linked to potential problems or effects. B. Are used to determine if the process are in control. C. Show trends in a process over time. D. Shows the pattern of relationship between two variables. Answer: A. To illustrate how various factors might be linked to potential problems or effects. Question 16. You are working in a software development project in which specialized resources are required to perform some tasks. You estimate that these resources will be required during the executing phase of the project. However, your estimation fails to account for the fact that these resources will be available for only limited hours in the executing phase. What should you do to make schedule changes based on the limited availability? A. Update the project schedule. B. Communicate to customers and update the baseline. C. Perform an impact analysis. D. Update the schedule baseline. Answer: C. Perform an impact analysis. Question 17. A seller organization was executing work for a project under a contract. During the course of the project, a number of disputes arose over the scope and quality of work. The project manager from buyer decided to verify compliance in the seller's work processes and deliverables. Which of the following tools the project manager applied here? A. Claims court. B. Inspections and audits. C. Alternative dispute resolution, ADR. D. Appeals court. Answer: B. Inspections and audits. Question 18. You are the project manager for a large project. You are currently busy with approximating number of work periods required to complete individual activities with estimated resources. Which of the following inputs do you need for this? A. Activity list. B. Resource breakdown structure. C. Activity resource requirements. D. All answers. Answer: D. All answers. Question 19. You are negotiating with a contractor for staff augmentation, a number of software developers and a few testers. As a buyer, you don't quite have the exact statement of work ready. What kind of contract is most appropriate for this kind of work? A. Cost plus fixed fee, CPFF. B. Firm fixed price contract, FFP. C. Time and materials, T&M. D. Fixed price incentive fee contracts, FPIF. Answer: C. Time and materials, T&M. Question 20. Jake is preparing for PMP exam and asks this question to John, an experienced project manager. Which of the following defines the total project scope and represents the work as specified in the approved project scope statement? What should be John's answer? A. Bill of material, BOM. B. Activity scoping system. C. Work breakdown structure. D. Requirements breakdown structure, RBS. Answer: C. Work breakdown structure. Question 21. For a project, the following earned value data have been assessed: AC, $4 million CV, minus $500,000 SPI, 1.12 back, $9,650,000. What is the earned value of the project? A. $3 million. B. $3,500,000. C. $4,480,000. D. $5,650,000. Answer: B. $3,500,000. Question 22. Joe S. Incorporated has bid for a work with Matt S. Incorporated. Frank from Joe S. Incorporated is in charge of proposal and bidding. He has few questions in the terms and needs of the work to be done. What is the right way for him to proceed? A. Find someone from Matt's Incorporated and try to get his questions clarified. B. Attend bidder conference called by Matt's Incorporated. C. Try to influence the person in charge of procurement at Matt's Incorporated. D. Delegate it to one of his team members to make educated assumptions about these questions. Answer: B. Attend bidder conference called by Matt's Incorporated. Question 23. Different types of contracts are appropriate for different types of procurement needs on the project. Which one of the following is not one amongst the categories of contracts defined in PMP? A. Cost reimbursable. B. Time and material. C. Fixed price or lump sum. D. Outcome based. Answer: D. Outcome based. Question 24. What is the process of random selection and inspection of a work product from a population? A. Statistical sampling. B. Dispersed sampling. C. Quality control. D. Benchmarking. Answer: A. Statistical sampling. Question 25. You have two possible projects to manage, but you can only choose one. Project MKTG is worth $23,000, while Project SalesPtr is worth $25,000. Management elects to choose Project SalesPtr. Which one of the following is the opportunity cost of this choice? A. $50,000. B. $27,000. C. $23,000. D. $4,000. Answer: C. $23,000. Question 26. You are the project manager and decided to outsource a part of the project to a vendor. The vendor discovered some issues that impact the cost and schedule of its work. How does the vendor update the agreement? A. A new contract needs to be signed by your company and the vendor. B. Another answer. C. A contract addendum needs to be signed by your company and the vendor. D. An SOW needs to be signed by you and the vendor. Answer: C. A contract addendum needs to be signed by your company and the vendor. Question 27. You are a project manager of a company and your project is currently in execution phase. The customer has requested you for additional work. This work will affect the budget, but not the schedule of the project. What should you do next? A. Add the additional requirements to the project plan. B. Discuss with the project team about the change. C. Ignore the request. D. Explain the change procedure and ask to submit a request for change. Answer: D. Explain the change procedure and ask to submit a request for change. Question 28. Your customer wants to understand the differences between precision and accuracy and asks you for help. Which of these responses would be the best response to answer this? A. Precision is consistency, that the value of a repeated set of measurements are clustered and have little scatter, whereas accuracy is correctness, that the measured value is very close to the true value. B. Accuracy and precision are equivalent and normally specified in the project charter. C. Accuracy is more important than precision. The project management team must decide the level of accuracy required. D. Accuracy is consistency, that the value of a repeated set of measurements are clustered and have little scatter, whereas precision is correctness, that the measured value is very close to the true value. Answer: A. Precision is consistency, that the value of a repeated set of measurements are clustered and have little scatter, whereas accuracy is correctness, that the measured value is very close to the true value. Question 29. Requirements traceability matrix helps in tracing all of the following, except which one of the following? A. Requirements to project scope. B. Requirements to project objectives. C. Requirements to project risk. D. Requirements to test strategy. Answer: C. Requirements to project risk. Question 30. You are managing a project to set up a brand new play area for the community. You and your team have been working as per plan and things are moving smoothly. Suddenly, one of the stakeholders indicates that the play area must also include a sand pit. This was not originally planned for, so you analyze the impact to the cost, schedule and scope. You then submit the change request to the Change Control Board for their approval. You have immediately received an approval. What should your next step be? A. Set up a meeting with the Change Control Board. B. Update the impacted baselines, scope, cost and schedule. C. Update the work performance reports and share with stakeholders. D. Get the work done immediately and start executing. Answer: B. Update the impacted baselines, scope, cost and schedule. Question 31. The wage rate of the worker is $20. Fringe benefit costs are 10% of the wages and the overhead costs are 50% of this total cost. What is the loaded hourly rate for this worker? A. $32. B. $31. C. $34. D. $33. Answer: D. $33. Question 32. Communication can be of the following forms except: A. Formal and informal. B. Written and verbal. C. Precise and vague. D. Vertical and horizontal. Answer: C. Precise and vague. Question 33. Which of the following will Thuzer not use as an input into creating the WBS structure for her e-commerce software development project? A. Work breakdown components. B. Organizational process assets. C. Project scope statement. D. Requirements documentation. Answer: A. Work breakdown components. Question 34. The amount of time an activity can slip from its early start date without causing delay to project completion or violating schedule constraint is called as A. Total float, B. Free float, C. Schedule flexibility, D. Minimum slack. Answer: A. Total float. Question 35. Which of the following could not be provided with activity attributes? A. Provide details regarding who and where the activity will be performed. B. Provide details regarding predecessor and successor activities. C. Provide details regarding leads and lags. D. Provide details regarding root causes of issues. Answer: D. Provide details regarding root causes of issues. Question 36. Tom is currently developing stakeholder management strategy. He knows that all of the enterprise environmental factors must be considered for developing stakeholder management strategy. Which of the following enterprise environmental factors should be paid special attention now? A. Project templates, B. The organization's culture and structure, C. Commercial databases, D. Lessons learned from past similar projects. Answer: B. The organization's culture and structure. Question 37. A software development project has been awarded to one of the many vendors. Your company and the vendor have agreed to build this project using the waterfall methodology. You decide to check with the progress regarding when development will start. The vendor informs you that the actual development can only start after completion of the design. Which type of relationship best describes the dependency between design and actual development? A. Finish to finish, B. Start to finish, C. Finish to start, D. Start to start. Answer: C. Finish to start. Question 38. Two of your team members are in constant argument with each other on work assignments. Due to their attitude, the project is getting delayed and pressure is building on other team members. What should you do? A. Inform the concerned functional manager, B. Issue a memo, C. Meet with them to understand their concerns, D. Replace the team members. Answer: C. Meet with them to understand their concerns. Question 39. As a manager in an organization which believes in the Theory X style of management, which of the following describes correctly the assumptions of this theory? A. Employees are inherently lazy, dislike work and will avoid work if they can. B. Employees want to do well at work. C. Employees are motivated and enjoy doing their work. D. Employees are trustworthy and are motivated by doing a good job. Answer: A. Employees are inherently lazy, dislike work and will avoid work if they can. Question 40. Your friend who works as a project manager in a pharmaceutical company meets you over dinner. You see a drastic change in his temperament as compared to when you last met him. He seems dejected and complains that in his present organization as a project manager he has almost no authority and hardly any decision-making ability. What kind of an organizational structure does your friend work in? A. A functional organizational structure. B. A strong matrix organizational structure. C. A product organization. D. A projectized organizational structure. Answer: A. A functional organizational structure. Question 41. Which of the following activities is not performed as a part of project closure? A. Create lessons learned and update organizational process assets. B. Verify scope. C. Formal acceptance. D. Ensure all the deliverables as per contract are met. Answer: B. Verify scope. Question 42. You are hired by a company to work as a project manager in a foreign country. You discover that you must pay kickbacks to the officials to get licenses in your project. What should you do? A. Offer kickbacks but inform your management. B. Offer kickbacks but document in the project cost management plan. C. Refuse to pay kickbacks. D. Resign from the project. Answer: C. Refuse to pay kickbacks. Question 43. Which of the following best describes the role of a project sponsor? A. Project sponsor is responsible for managing the project. B. Project sponsor is responsible for managing the quality of deliverables. C. Project sponsor is responsible for providing funding for the project. D. Project sponsor is responsible for identifying key stakeholders. Answer: C. Project sponsor is responsible for providing funding for the project. Question 44. In a project, a cost incentive contract has been awarded to a contractor with the following parameters. What is the point of total assumption, PTA, breakpoint, of the project? Target cost $1,000,000 target contractor fee $100,000 cost benefit sharing ratio 80%/20% price ceiling $1,200,000. A. $1 million. B. $1,100,000. C. $1,125,000. D. $1,200,000. Answer: C. $1,125,000. Question 45. You are the project manager of a software project. Your team member want to make technical changes to an activity which will add more time to that activity. What should you do? A. Report to senior management. B. Check if the activity is on critical path. C. Allow team members to change the activity. D. Ignore change in activities. Answer: B. Check if the activity is on critical path. Question 46. Danny has been working as a project manager for a company which provides outsourcing services to banks. Recently, he has sent a proposal to a local bank in response to a bid for a data warehouse project in which his company lacks expertise. Although his company lacks expertise, it has good working relationship with the bank in all other projects. Which of the following statements is correct considering the proposal that Danny submitted? A. Danny has violated the PMI Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct. B. Danny has violated the company policy but not the PMI Code. C. Danny has not violated the PMI Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct. D. Danny has violated the Procurement Code but not the PMI Code. Answer: A. Danny has violated the PMI Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct. Question 47. What is a control chart? A. A chart that shows the stability of a process. B. A chart that shows whether team performance is within control limits. C. A chart that shows the root cause of a problem. D. A type of a RAM chart. Answer: A. A chart that shows the stability of a process. Question 48. You have recently acquired a project from a PMP certified project manager, who has been removed from the project due to incompetency and lack of skills. When you happened to meet him outside your building, he started rebuking you for taking his project. He even goes so far as to threaten you. What should you do first? A. Report to the customer. B. Report to Project Management Institute, PMI. C. Report to the police. D. Do nothing. Answer: B. Report to Project Management Institute, PMI. Question 49. The sales representative of your company recently contacted you. You made some estimates on direct costs for an offer on a firm fixed price contract. According to company policies, indirect costs, overheads, are to be calculated as a percentage of the direct costs. The sum of both cost types caused him to calculate a far too high price. How should you not react? A. Reduce your direct cost estimates by reducing the amount of work and the rates allocated to them. This allows a reduction of the overhead costs and a lower price. B. Cost estimates are quantitative assessments of the probable costs required to complete project work. These are made by the project team. It is the salesperson's job to make the price. C. Calculating overheads as a percentage of direct costs is just a model to simplify calculations. A more specific analysis of these costs may lead to a more realistic project price. D. You make the salesperson aware that a reduction of direct costs may reduce the numbers for overhead cost allocation, but will not influence the actual overheads. Answer: You reduce your direct cost estimates by reducing the amount of work and the rates allocated to them. This allows a reduction of the overhead costs and a lower price. Question 50. You are in a very happy state today as you have completed all the deliverables. This was a complex project involving a lot of challenges, but with good management and a motivated team things have been completed successfully. What should you do next as a project manager? A. Update lessons learned. B. Perform quality control. C. Verify scope. D. Disband the team. Answer: A. Update lessons learned. Thank you for watching.